All right, everybody. Sorry about the delay. I set the stream for 8, and then I realized that I made the stream unlisted, which is basically the default setting. It makes it private automatically, and I realized that, and I was like, okay, let's try this again and wait for some people to come in. Now that I make it, now that the stream is public. This is the last stream we're doing before I go back to Phoenix. I'll go back tomorrow. Then we'll be live for the UFL tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. We've got the Louisville game tomorrow, and we got 4 games on the docket for the UFL this weekend on 4 different days, so that should be fun. Appreciate all you guys being here for this one. See Zach with it too. We're going to get this one underway. Never to one of these streams that works like this. Fire in the chat any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation gets your question right away. Otherwise, I just go into where they see them. Again, we're back to normal on Thursday, back in Phoenix. And we're doing some UFL. I'm a weather fan man for 22 months now. I cannot see why Mendoza still has a job. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm actually 100% with you. I'm actually shocked that Mendoza is still there after that sweep to the Rockies and after that 12-game losing streak. I'm actually shocked he's still there. I will give you that. And we got Zach with the Tour Diet Pepsi video. We will do that. Are we winning yet? Not now. Not now, Mr. Squidward. Not now. Yeah, now you have 2 of them. That is interesting. That is interesting. I saw what happened with the Marlins. Congrats on the series. That was a nuts way to end it with the bases loaded, the double play. That is a weird way to end it. All right, let's do this thing. Let's. They are the Mets. That is true. They are the LOL Mets. That is true on that. All right, so let's do a Diet Pepsi video. I know the song. I've never seen the video. A new video should be dropping on Friday, by the way. Going back to the 70s on this one. Spring semester at the end of start. Yep. It's that time of the year. Yamara's finally look good, and the Wetlands. Yep, there you go. The music video is very weird. Be warned to see more. Oh boy, I'm excited. How's it going? Happy Wednesday. What percentage chance for the Dodgers going to walk off today with the bases loaded 1 out? What percentage chance? I would say 80%. I would say a solid 80% on that. I was shocked. And we're with a 5er. If they don't fire Mendon by the end of 26, not going on the Mets game until the seller clinch a playoff spot. I would think they're going to fire him by that point. You want Smoker Wizard? Which one do you want? Yes, so 4 in Kentucky. Yeah, I am not fine in Arizona. I know that. It was 5 before I left, so I'm terrified what it is now. Right, I have to say goodbye. Yeah, and then being gone for 3.5 months. Yeah, it's it definitely stings the end of the semester in college for spring. Fall's not so bad, but the end of spring, not just with finals, but packing and moving and everything and whatnot. So, you don't know where he is here. Got your friends again. Yep. Yeah, that was a really good play. Some New York related? Yeah, we can do that. How's it going, Jake? Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you being here. We'll do some New York related. It's up to you what you want me to play. Then we'll go from there. All right. Diet Pepsi video. Okay, so this one was weird. He has to make weird music videos, so let's yes. Okay, the black and white is static, okay. Wait, I don't have the Lightning game on. I got the Flyers game on. What percentage if the double play is ruled just 1 out? What percentage? 50. I'll go 50-50 on that. Favorite thing in Pittsburgh? Ooh, favorite thing. I mean, just the scenery. I mean, the bridges are just gorgeous. Not sure what Sporkle quizzes are. I'll find one. I just routine. I would say 50%. Most of my friends in college are seniors are graduating. Yeah, that sucks. Cheaper than Brazil than Ohio. That says a lot. We're actually the Arsenal game today. I still think Arsenal's going to bottle it. I mean, I have Atletico going to the final anyways. So, I have Atletico in the final. I think we're going to bottle it. Do hidden neighbors of the Great Lakes. All right, we'll do that. All right, we'll do that. Okay, there's a banana split. Oh, boy. There's no Pepsi in this song. Why? Okay, what? Is this just a song made for people who have foot fetishes? What? Like, this is just a song for people who have foot fetishes. Fact on that one, Jackson. I'll go fact. Enjoyed the Penguins. Like, what was with the banana split? And instructors leaving, yep. Me, the Steel Twins? I did not. No, I did not. What's Steph doing for the Marlins? Throwing a parade. She's mandating that the Eras tour, or the next tour for Taylor, has to make a stop in Miami. An extra stop in Miami. So instead of getting 2 shows, you get 3 or 4. That's what happens. Between Sag and Bergeron? Oh, I don't know on that one, actually. Ooh, get out, get out. No, are you kidding me? That was right at the track. It finally gets to color on that. Okay, with 27, Moncaro with 22. Oh, it's on the floor. Oh, yeah. The foot thing was just... And then the see-through... What the hell? What the hell? Michael Ben for 13 months sale. Yep, proposing we're going to move to Serbia. You know, couldn't be worse right now. Couldn't be worse than this. Could not be worse. All right, Dodgers. Oh, they're okay. They're fine. Dodgers. I'm not worried about the Dodgers. All right, let's see. Hidden Neighbors of New York. Yeah, they might not win 110. Yeah, they're gonna win 100. Daisy Fuente. Oh, that sounds terrible. All right, let's do Green Day Scattered. While we do the Hidden Neighbors. Base number for 5 months. I didn't know this was a feature. Oh yeah. Yep. If you get one highlighted chat a month, if you're a member. All right. Gee, I still can't sit down. It's home. That's a weird home and home. Okay, wait. Hidden Neighbors. I'm confused what this is going to be. I've no idea what to expect. You keep skill for that day. Yep. That's a weird home and home. That's a very weird home and home. All right. What are Hidden Neighbors? Okay, I have no idea what this is going to be. Oh, okay. I see what this is. Let's start with the obvious. How much time do I have on this? 2 minutes. Okay, well, this is Michigan. Okay. Ontario would be here. Okay, I see where this is going. Okay, Ohio, Indiana, Minnesota. What's that? Yeah, probably got the right frame. Yeah, he's got the right frame. There's Wisconsin. Here's Ohio. Pennsylvania would be here. New York would be here. Yeah, the music video was, yeah, I think Rex Ryan would enjoy that one a lot. But okay. So now we just have 2 more. Okay. Illinois and Indiana. Indiana, Illinois. There we go. 9 for 9. There we go. I'll take that. I'll take a 9 for 9. Nats up 9-1. Jeez. So the momentum the Mets had from yesterday, gone. The vocals on this are tight. This feels like it could have been one of those like songs on Dookie. Like slow down like that Beatles song. This really could have been one of those. You say text again to the Q audio to check to Sporkle quiz. Clutch for 30 Jules. Appreciate you. Appreciate on that. Appreciate the gift on that. All right, we're going to go all the time. Stearns and Mendoza both get fired. Fact. By the end of the season, in fact. Raiola goes to Tech. It's too late to transfer now, right? Like, it's way too late to transfer now. I don't think it's gonna go to Tech. Matt Samagino running more than Josh Allen. Yep, definitely not a running quarterback. Oh, that's a terrible jump by Alec Thomas. God. Well, in second the East, yeah. Right now, I'd say yes. Taking the risk, we went to the motherland. There you go. Ray headphones on. All right, we'll do that. Months already rated? I mean, at this point, I think they're probably rated. At this point, people are starting to take notice. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Raiola going to... But it's too late to transfer now. They can't... Like, the window is closed. Alright. Headphones on. Normal music video. Okay. Whatever the heck that means by her standards. It's going to take us into the kill. Audio, video, ChatGPT, Sporkle quiz, Immaculate Grids, what if sports, anything like that, we will do. And tomorrow we're back in the studio. I'm not sure we're doing OT tomorrow. Let's double check we're doing OT tomorrow. We might do before the game. I'm not sure if we're going to do it, though, because I might do, like, one of those, like, super late night ones, like 3 in the morning. Mom's bye. I'm going to say fact. I'm going to say fact at this point. What Cavs score? Oh, no. How bad is it? 52-49 already? Is there, like, any defense this game? Why wasn't SR 71 bigger? Yeah, they were only a one-hit wonder. It was really much a product of their time. They were very much a product of its time. Like, that music was out of style as quickly as it entered. Got a large stack breakfast seat? Nice. Are we doing CFL coverage? Probably not, because the problem with CFL is the second half of the season I can't do any of the games because it interferes with NFL and college football. So I don't want to start something and then not be able to finish it. Now, when it comes to CFL coverage, if we get, like, I know Jack for it, I do it. I would do it. If we get, like, Hondo Jack, I have no problem doing CFL. But it's one of those where I don't want to start some and then, like, be the guy for... I don't want to be the guy for CFL coverage and then halfway through the season be like, yeah, I can't do it anymore because now the NFL season started. And college season has started. We got Kel with a $5. Dude makes a wagner for all the upset Dodgers fans, so their anger and tears are amplified. I love it. Yo, Keon's got to put in the work. You're not wrong on that one, Dexter. Keon has to put in the work. Alright, let's do this. Doof makes wagner for Dodgers fan. Alright. Now let's do headphones on. We won't be like massive buyers, but got a different color grading for every video, which I find interesting. Another whack wig. Where's Joe? Why is there a building that just says Iceland on it? Take on the Red Sox. I mean, they had to get rid of the coaching staff, had to get rid of everyone. I think they're not going to get, like, any better until Henry sells the team. Until Henry sells the team, they're not going to get any better. We need some off the rails brain rot. Yes, we do. They're really like zooming in on the you know what. I say like a playoff start will make you a wreck. Yep. That's why I'm kind of glad I don't have a hockey team. Why first round in the finale over Fuchsia spying on the creeper? Oh, I mean they're both up there. They're both like 10 out of 10. They're both 10 out of 10. Just a satisfying conclusion. Went on probably Friday, Saturday, part 4. All good. Or George Colorway need him. Yep. I don't know. Yeah. Henry, the problem is that the cans are still inside the organization. Yeah, that revelation, yeah. And Tyrannicus going through, like, the moral dilemma. 86. I'll go 81. I think on USA the World Cup, we're going to get smoked. We'll get out of the group stage and that's it. I'd be terrified. I don't think we're going to do anything in the World Cup. I'm going to say fiction on that one, Rob.
I'm coming in to say goodbye to all the JG9 fans.
Yep.
Since Colin goes back tomorrow.
Yep.
So I hope you're all doing well. I'll stay for 5 minutes. Any questions? Anything while I'm here?
Ooh.
What do we have here?
This video is not that weird. Diet Pepsi was kind of weird. I would say high fashion, though, with the sugar. Yeah, high fashion. Yeah, so any questions, fire away.
Fire away.
Fire away with any questions. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. What do we got?
Hello,
MK Sports. Hello, everybody.
I mean, it was clear, like pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. Pretty quickly on that one, Keller, on that. Check me with the fire. My wife and I were discussing last night. ChatGPT till 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, that was nuts. Last night was nuts. Last night was just insane. God. Yeah, only licensed in New York.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit. Yeah,
hi, everybody.
It's gonna be a bit, probably.
Getting lots of love here.
Yep.
So.
Is Henry the worst starter in sports? No, he's bad. But you see what Tom Dunnan's doing with the Blazers? No, Henry's not the worst starter. He's bad. But compared to guys like Haslam, Woody Johnson, I thought the concussion was funnier too. Yeah. He's bad, but you see what Dunnan's doing with the Blazers? No. Yeah. Not even close. Not even close on that.
When do the Knicks play again?
I think tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow, Thursday.
I think tomorrow. Yeah.
They better wrap this up.
Yeah, I think they will.
They should have. They should be up. They should have been up 4-0.
Yep.
5-0.
Yep.
At this point, I mean, every game, no issue whatsoever. Yep. So
they've dominated. They've dominated the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think they're nonsense at this point when they went down 2-1.
Yep.
But the up that they were going to 14. They were at 14 in game 2 in the fourth quarter. That was brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal at home. So, anyway, you have Diamondbacks games going back tomorrow?
No, we're on the road.
You're on the road?
We're on the road.
On the weekend, too?
Yep, on the weekend, too.
Bummer.
Yep.
All right. On that note, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. You all have a wonderful, wonderful time on the stream. Are you doing just
regular Q&A?
Just regular Q&A tonight?
Just regular Q&A, yep.
All right. Have a good one, everyone. Be good.
All right.
Take care.
Obviously, we're staying on. The Mets are not doing well tonight. 4th inning is not good. Yeah, that was a pretty normal video. That was a pretty normal music video. That was just strolling through a field, riding a horse like that. Nothing crazy on that. Nothing crazy. Jets picks. I mean, I think the Jets made out well this draft. I love Pons in the 2nd round. I think Pons is a great pick. Now, I'm not crazy about Sadiq as a pick just because it doesn't make sense why you spent a 2nd round pick on a tight end last year and now you're spending a 1st round pick this year unless you're going to run a lot of 1-2 personnel. I do like Pons a lot, though. Gaman Overgone, yep. What do you expect from a guy who's literally in for the Law & Order sound effect? That's a good question. What would the room be like if we were watching DX? Oh, it'd be pretty quiet. It would not be anything crazy. Nothing crazy. Yeah, Flyers and Pens, scoreless after 1. Until December, probably. I don't think I'm coming back for a bit. I think the next time I come back is December, which is crazy to think about. But I think that's what is happening. Let's go, Adrian Del Castillo. Vrabel situation. He's scum. He didn't break any rules, but he's scum. And the standing O he got, I thought was despicable. All right, down to a 1-run game. All right. Let me put the ChatGPT in for the WAN air game. See what it takes to get into the queue. Audio, video, ChatGPT, Sparkle Quiz, What If Sports. See what it takes to get in. And we will go from there. That's right, Die Pip is behind the scenes. All right, we'll do that. Zach with the tour. Appreciate you, man. Mullins get the whack card. Win the World Series. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Packers had... Yeah. Yeah, well, I definitely was not crazy about the Packers draft necessarily, but at least they address positions in need. No, he doesn't really care. No. I mean, he'll keep tabs, but I guess he'll root for them if, like he understands how they're doing. He knows how they're doing. But the voice of Canucks. Did he call a game like 3 days ago, or am I thinking of someone else? So somebody literally just called a playoff game. All right, Diet Pepsi behind the scenes. All right, Diet Pepsi behind the scenes. 76 teams sucks. 76 teams, because I would have no problem with 76. I would have no problem at all with 76 if it was a way to allow, let's say, 4 more teams to get in the field that won their conference but didn't win their conference tournament. I have no problem with that. But it's not. It's going to be a way to help out the power schools. I also think it's going to destroy interest in March Madness because a lot of people care about March Madness solely for their bracket, and now it's tougher to fill out a bracket. Especially if you now have to fill out the first round. Like, you get away with the first 4. You get away with that because it's only 2 games that are not, like, cupcakes versus 6 games. So people are going to fill out brackets even more blind than before. People are not going to know anything when they're filling out their bracket. They have to get it in early. I think it's a short-sighted decision that I think will hurt the ratings. Because casual interest in March Madness will go down because more brackets will be busted. Right, the money, yep. I think it's actually going to hurt money-wise. I think it's going to hurt. I think in general, yeah, the ratings will be good for the first 2 games. I guess they might still be good Thursday, Friday, maybe, but they're not going to be good second weekend Sweet 16 Elite 8 because you're going to have more brackets busted because there's less interest from the general public. If they do it again in the majors, I have no problem with it, but it's not going to be that way. It's not going to be that way. I have no problem if it was the top 4 teams that won their conference but didn't win their conference tournament. Yeah, Rodstein hasn't tweeted anything yet, which is... I think he's going to wait for it to become official. I think he's waiting for it to become official. Because he's been adamant against expansion for a while. So I think just waiting for it to become official. All right, here we go. Diet Pepsi behind the scenes. All right, ready to see the mastermind behind this. So obviously Rodstein's outspoken about everything. Okay, wearing the mini ears, okay. Sean Prince Williams. Wow. Oh, jeez. 8 more enlargements? Yes. Yeah, it's going to be 8 more. Maybe we should get in more than Big 5 teams. Oh, I'm 100% in agreement there. I'm 100,000% in agreement. The mid-majors that just have 1 bad game in the conference tournament versus the top teams that are losing 14 games a year, no. Difference between the Final Four and March Madness. Final Four is just the Final 4 teams remaining. March Madness is the entire tournament. Best of 9 playoff? I could not know. Yeah, there's the Pepsi. Okay, there's the broken up Pepsi. She gets to hold her feet up for a long time. Like her flexibility, you see the flexibility in this behind the scenes. You see the flexibility because man, she has to hold her legs up for a while. Yeah, so Final Four is just a round. Oh, come on, Nolan. Come on, Nolan. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's go. New wildcard they made a couple years ago. Do you like the new wildcard? Yes. Oh, absolutely. For the NFL? Oh, for MLB? Yes. Yeah, 12 out of 30 is still very good. A Western Hub better for the player on fact. 100% fact. 100% fact. So now traveling from Dayton to then across the country on that short notice. 100% fact. I don't know where. I could see Albuquerque. I know the altitude, but I could see Albuquerque. I could see him doing it at the pit. If I had to guess out and say, I go Albuquerque. I would go Albuquerque. Could be Austin. Vegas. Vegas is a lot already. Well, it's problem with Vegas is that would Vegas want it? I feel like you'd rather have like Vegas is a shot at getting regionals. Like you're gonna go to a city that has no shot at ever hosting a game. UConn Duke playing Vegas, that'll be a good one. Yeah, MLS. Yeah, the Whitecaps are moving to Vegas, which I would hate. I hate that. Fan base is so good. Right, tradition, yep. And just logistics, too. Do you think T-Bucks would end April over 500? No, I did not. No chance. With that schedule and that bullpen, no. No chance. What's going to be for the first 4 rounds? Well, it's going to be, what, 12 games? So 6 Tuesday, 6 Wednesday? Like, just, like the behind the scenes, like obviously, like she's more of an actress, so she loves this. I would not like shooting music videos like this. I make it a rotating site, yeah. Like they're never gonna go to a place that could get a first round game or a Sweet 16 game. They're gonna like Data will never get a first round game. Data would never get a championship or a regional game. So they're gonna go to a city that won't get a regional because they don't want to have, let's say, it would just destroy attendance and revenue. If, let's say, you had Vegas getting the whatever you're gonna call this new round, the first 12, whatever you're gonna call it, and then you get the Sweet 16 or you get a game Thursday, Friday. It would be too much of a nightmare. Or Thursday, Saturday. So my guess is they're gonna go to a city that would never be in the rotation. Based on availability, what country do? Part of it, yeah. Part of it. And I think it's a joke now. It's definitely worse than it was. Although I do like it being in Indy. Compared to where it was before. I mean, not the Garden, but compared to being in Dallas, I like it in Indy better. Yeah, why fold the crown's the most important tournament of all time? Yes, it is. You know, as a single competitive dancer chiller, that makes a lot of sense. Seeing the flexibility in her legs, it makes a lot of sense. And most just not have a team in Phoenix. If they did, I'd support it all the way. But they would not have a team in Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix Rising is USL Championship. So they're second tier. Okay, Sid takes again to the key. What do you check with Spoke, who is one of sports? Magic down by 2? Man. We're talking about March Madness expansion. Yeah, mine's a top half. I don't know if we go top 10 just yet, but top half. You're talking about where the hub would be for the... They're going to go with a Western hub. Support the Revolution then? I mean, I already have a lot of teams that I support, and with my schedule, I'm not sure I can handle another one. So, like, expansion teams? For what? I think it very much depends on what we're talking about. But, I mean, the D-backs were an expansion team in 98. The Jaguars were an expansion team in 95. I'm always in favor of expansion teams. Like, NBA going to 32, I would love that. NHL, they'll go to 34, 36. I would love that. Yeah, Cole Young, so far so good. What does that mean? Well, the NCAA expanded the tournament to 76. They're going to, at least. They're going to expand it. So the first 4 are probably going to be called the first 12, or whatever they're going to call it. And they're going to have it in 2 different locations. Obviously, Dayton will be one of them. And then the second one will be a West Coast city in all likelihood. So that's all it means. All right, let me put this in ChatGPT. And see what takes again to the queue. 76 is a joke. I agree. I 100% agree. Like, I think if it was 76 and it's 72, you expand the bubble by 4, and then the final 4 teams to get in are the top 4 teams that won their conference but didn't win their conference tournament. Fine with that. But it's not going to be like that. I think for 27. Yeah, more of a dancer first and singer? Yeah, you can tell on that. Because she is definitely not a singer. Bring back the 1BA platformer? I agree with you there. For NHL, I agree with you there. Yeah. Flight time tomorrow. I have to leave my house at 5:30. I have to leave at 5:30. If we get nothing for this... Oh, yeah, clock's at 0. I didn't even realize that. We'll stand for a little bit. 72 first hit points for Toronto. Defense optional. Yeah, I think Wolvie gets best way to go. I'm with you on that one. Like, Stars Wild should not be a first-round series. Rid of conferences? No. No. Should we get rid of conferences in sports? No. Divisions for certain things, like NBA, I'm fine getting rid of divisions. They mean nothing in the NBA. But conferences, no. Bob the Builder, that was Nick. That was... Oh, no, that was PBS. Bob the Builder... Oh, wait. What the... I think of PBS. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Getting like some backwash. Hang on. Give me a second here. Okay, so I think of Lazy Town as Nick Jr. I think Lazy Town Nick Jr. Yeah, so that you ever like get that feeling like you're gonna throw up, but you don't feel sick? Like you feel totally fine, but like you get like that coming up the throat thing. Yeah, that was what just happened there. So let's go spit it out, but we're good. You know, I think Lazy Town is Nick. Well, judge if we win a World Series ring. I mean, with the Yankees' salary and their payroll, I think at some point they're going to win one. At some point, I would think. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good on that, Brian. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was just one of those, like... You know, like I felt, like, totally fine. Then I just felt something coming up my throat. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Something I just seemed to, like, spit out. Nothing crazy. You know, so okay, let me just do something for a second. The matchups involving the wild cards will remain the same, but the other matchup would have been all cross division, the 1-8, yeah. Nick Jr. was, Dora Blue Screws Backyardigans. Favorite Dan Schneider show was Drake and Josh. Was Getsu good OC? I did not like him with the Bears. No, I did not think he was good with the Bears. Especially with the Raiders. I did not like him with the Raiders. Yeah, favorite Dan Schneider show, Drake and Josh was amazing. Okay, Brewers at ABS challenges. Let's go. All right, so let me get this one in. And see what it takes to get into the queue. We'll be doing a UFL stream tomorrow. And video will drop, I think, Friday. I don't think I'm going to have time to get one out today. But the next video, we'll go back to the 70s, talking about the Detroit Lions. So keep that in mind. We'll be talking about the Detroit Lions back in the 70s on the next one. Flying out LaGuardia or JFK? I actually don't know. I have to check my ticket. I flew out of LaGuardia for the draft. Let me check. I would assume JFK. Yeah, JFK, yeah. This is no, it's not my last stream for New York ever. No. We'll be back for Christmas. I don't know when. I might be back before. I doubt it, but I'll be back for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. Wow, no, it's summer. Percentage chance Reno is the Western hub. 5%? I'm guessing Albuquerque. I'm leaning Albuquerque. That was with Aaron, too. Yep. With Getsy. How's it going, RFK? Appreciate you tuning in. Fly a JetBlue holiday. I'm taking Delta on this one. I'm taking Delta. JetBlue, the only flights they had were night, so I would have to either leave tonight or tomorrow morning. So I was like, let's just leave tomorrow morning instead, so I don't have to deal with the traffic. Why always expand the spots of the tournament? It's... Oh, I don't think it's that, Evan. I think it comes down to money. I don't think it has anything to do with spoiled teams. I don't think it's anything to do with that. It's just they see money. Or LaGuardia's got Premier Rule, yep. Oh, I'm with you, though. I don't like the expansion. I'm with you on that one, Evan. I don't like the expansion. But it has nothing to do with spoiled teams or anything like that. They want money. They see a chance to make money. And they want to take it. Yep, the green will always win, yep. Yeah, 21 format was bad, although that was a weird one because you had the restrictions with where you could travel. Like, 21, your hands were kind of tied with how many Canadian teams you had. Your hands were kind of tied on that one. 21 was a one-time thing. I completely get it because if you were in Canada, you couldn't travel across the USA and all that, so. I'm going to swear on that one, Summer. Yeah, it's going to be money every single time. Yep. Going to be the money every single time. Because they're doing it for the women's side, too. Because that's the other thing. They're doing it for the women's side. Fly on Spirit, yes. Like, no offense to the women. No offense. No offense. Why the heck are we expanding the women's tournament? If any tournament should not be expanded, it's the women's tournament. They have to do it because you have men and women each having the same number. But why are we expanding the women's tournament? We've never seen a 14 seed win a game. We've never seen a 15 seed win a game. A 16's won one time, and that was when they were woefully underseeded. They were pretty much a top 25 team that was a 16 seed. And the whole starting lineup for Stanford was out, so it wasn't even that big of an upset, relatively speaking. And we're going to add more teams to that field? When the spreads for these first round games were like 50? Gruning going to the Pats if Vrabel steps down? Not with the lawsuit going on, 0%. Not with the lawsuit. Are we going to be subjected to watching mediocrity? Yep. Oh, yeah. You're not wrong there. Not wrong there. All right, let's do this ChatGPT. Dr. Doofenshmirtz decides to make a Wanator. Yeah, Mullins won, yep. Rates UConn score all the time. Although UCLA was good this year. UCLA was good. There's someone that loves watching the women's game. I went to the women's championship this year. Like, I love the women's game, but why the heck are we expanding it? Like, there's no money to be made in that expansion. Well, at least I get it on the men's side. I mean, you gotta have equality, but I get it on the men's side because the money, even though it's gonna backfire, the potential dollars I get, I don't get it on the women's side at all. Yeah, very weird the Florida and Chicago in the same division. Yes, very, very weird. But that was one of those just one time, you gotta make do with what you can. Though they handled it pretty well, all things considered. Except for that weird quirk. And I might have to do a video on that. Will they host playing games? Yes. Yeah, they'll still host playing games. They're just going to put a second hub. They'll do 6 games in Dayton, 6 games in a different city. That's what it's going to be. Probably on the West Coast. I'm going to say Albuquerque. That'll be a video at some point. If I ever do... someone's made a video on the 21 season. When the Canucks played a game... Oh, man. You guys remember this? It was like 5 years ago. The college football has a problem with their playoff system? To some extent, yeah. Yeah, especially Notre Dame getting favoritism, yep. Yeah, I think Albuquerque's going to be the second hub. I really believe it. I think it's going to be Albuquerque. Pistons by 9. Yeah, obviously must-win game for them. But the Canucks played a game. Right, I think it was the Canucks. I think it was Canucks Flames. They played a game during the playoffs. Because they had to finish out the regular season. It was like the weirdest thing. Yeah, 2 regular season games of the postseason already started, yep. Pitt's already been ruled out? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, that would be the death knell for Albuquerque then. You gotta do a video on that at some point. It'd be like, imagine if the Jets played a game during the divisional round. Yeah, those games meant nothing, but they had to just finish out for stats purposes. But can you imagine if the Jets played a game at the same time that the Jaguars are playing the Bills? Like, you have the Jets playing the Titans or something? You have Jets-Dolphins taking place the same time as Jaguars-Bills and Eagles-Niners? Like, what? I have Orlando blows another 3-1 lead to Detroit. It's even funnier the second time. There you go. All right, so Dr. Doofenshmirtz, here we go. Marlins win off a walk-off double play. A sea of Dodger fans shuffle out the stadium in silence. One fan drops his concession. Another stares blankly at his receipt. We have $1 billion payroll. The Marlins are basically a baseball team on couch cushion money. You know, they're not wrong. Not wrong. Wow. Okay, now people got some stuff to say about this one. How we lose a series to a team whose attendance looks like a library on a snow day. Oh, they're not going to fire Roberts. No, they've won. They're still like the best team in baseball. They won back-to-back World Series. You started with Jets and Kraken 21-22 as well, yeah. Suddenly a vacuum descends from the clouds, sucking up the tears directly. Boys, the last World Series game yesterday, the same day as said league's promotion playoff semifinals. Did it mean anything? So, did that one mean anything? If that meant, like, for relegation, I get that. Otherwise, I don't get playing the game at all. Did that game mean anything for the relegation battle? Suddenly a vacuum descends from the clouds, sucking up the tears from the fans' faces. Hey, my sadness! Doof then cackles while standing behind his machine. Behold the Wanator! You'll see, Perry the Platypus. When I was a boy in Drusselstein, my family couldn't afford baseball tickets. Not because baseball was expensive, but baseball didn't exist there. We just threw potatoes at each other. Yep. Oh, man, nothing. That is odd, then. That is odd. Baseball will lock out? Yep. Yeah, the salary floor issue is too big. And whenever my potato missed, everyone laughed and said, "Why, little Heinz? Maybe next time your aim will be as bad as your face." It is a very specific insult. So now, I have discovered the ultimate renewable energy source. Disappointed Dodger fans. Well, that is odd, then. That is odd when the schedule quirk works out like that. I did a video on a game that took place in the 50s like that with the Steelers. But at least it was, like, before. Dude, I do appreciate you. Yeah, it's like one of the few celebrity voices I can do. Think about it. Every year they spend infinite money, win 1 trillion games, and then lose in the most emotionally confusing way possible. I'm not going to have that backstory. No, that was all ChatGPT. That was all ChatGPT. That's brilliant, though. It is sadness with consistency, a gold mine, a crying gold mine. British Airways. There's a team called British Airways. Do I like ABS? Yes, I love ABS. Oh, my God. I can't believe we ever went without ABS. Because some of these jumps can suck. It holds them accountable. I don't want to give me a side on crap calls. He pulls the lever. The machine whirs up. This machine will amplify the sound of Dodger fans crying and broadcast it across the globe. And soon the entire tri-state area will be overwhelmed by the most powerful sound known to mankind. Wow. Players scored 6 in the first half. Wow. Double hat trick. People then stop in their tracks. A hot dog vendor covers his ears. What is that noise? Sounds like a passerby realizing October started early. Back in the lair. It's picking up everything, but then Perry comes in. Wait, Perry the Platypus! You're too late! Did she change name soon, though? Yeah, I was going to say, that's a weird name. I wonder who they're sponsored by. The Wanator is already operating at maximum capacity. The streets of British are going to be crying tonight. I love it, like the streets of hashtag are going to be crying. Perry then karate chops. Dude swings a foam finger and Perry dodges a barrage of postseason merchandise. Stop resisting! I'm weaponizing sadness here! Perry spots the main power source and raises an eyebrow. No, don't do the obvious thing. That would be humiliating poor engineering on my end, which, you know, is a common theme for me. But let me have this one. Just, come on, the Dodgers, you don't like the Dodgers, do you, Perry the Platypus, right? Yeah, the thing on your stomach. Yes, that's what we're talking about. The Wanator then powers down as Perry unplugs it, and peace is restored. Yeah, 24 teams in the play-ins now. Yep. Wait, 24 in the play-ins? Yeah, 24 in the play-ins. Yep. Curse you, Perry the Platypus! Foiled to get my basic electrical vulnerability. A tidal wave of Dodger fan tears flood the lab. Wait, why did I store them under pressure? So that the Dodger tears any hardest start just flying out the window or the floor. They're flooding Doof's lair. They crash. Doof sits up, his phone buzzes. Dodgers sign Skubal to a 12-year, $400 million deal. You know what? I honestly respect the commitment. Go to Super the Platypus. Yeah, I wonder what was worse, Sally. The Strucker trade. No, I think it would have been traded at this point. I think it would have been traded at this point if they were going to do it. I think it's going to be a Angel for life unless they DFA him. Which obviously they're not DFAing him this year. All good, Zach. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate you, man. All right, clock's at 0. Got no. Wait a second. Where is someone that I did not do I was supposed to get fired? Oh, I don't know. I think we got Rob sent me something yesterday. I did not get to it. I realized that as soon as I saw it, I'm like, wait, I did not get to Rob's email. So we're gonna do that here. Because Rob gave us 6-3 yesterday for an email, and I did not get to it. So pretty sure okay. Saw an extra from 6 years ago. Ooh. So let me do this now. This is Hutz getting disbarred from that previous case. Yep, D-backs up 4-2. Tyree Wilson's bust? Has to be. I mean, if you're a top 10 pick, you could trade after 2 years doing nothing. You finished, what, 9 sacks in 2 years, whatever it was? I mean, has to be a bust. You could trade for a 5th round pick. He's the quintessential definition of a bust. Yeah, hold up. Yep, hold up. It's still got something in here. Yeah, Tyree Wilson has to be a bust. How's it going, Isaac? Appreciate you tuning in. I mean, if he's not a bust, I don't know who is. That was a pick that never made sense at the time. That was one that always was going to be a reach. Never seemed to make a lot of sense. All right, here we go. So we're inside the courtroom. A faded seal hangs crooked behind the bench. At the center sits Roy Schneider, looking bored and mildly annoyed. And then Lionel Hutz is across from him. Here we go. Constance Harm enters. Oh, good. She found me again. Your Honor, we're here to consider the disbarment of Mr. Hutz following a series of catastrophic legal performances. Well, catastrophic is a strong word. I once saw a guy represent himself with a puppet. He lost, but the puppet made some good points. Was it Hutz? No, the puppet made good points. Your Honor, I personally witnessed Mr. Hutz file a frivolous lawsuit, failed to present admissible evidence, and lose control of basic courtroom decorum. You know, that last one applies to about 80% of the lawyers I see. Additionally, Your Honor, there are multiple prior complaints. They are all dismissed. Mostly because I changed my business name each time. Yeah, Magic, yeah, might not look good tonight. I have the Pistons winning Game 5. Manziel bust? Yes. Yes. This is not a joke, Mr. Hutz. It's a danger to the legal profession. Ooh, well, now I'm interested. Disbarment is the only appropriate outcome. You know, Judge Harm, you always did take things a little too seriously. I take the law seriously, as should you. And I take people seriously, even the creatively unqualified ones. Your Honor, with respect, I've heard enough. I say, Wilson bust all 4 snaps he played. Mr. Hutz, instead of disbarment, I'm sentencing you to probation. That is completely inappropriate. 6 months, mandatory continuing legal education, and no representing clients in cases that involve thinking. Wow. And to be fair, that's like half the cases. Oh, thank God. So, like parking tickets? Let's not get crazy. If I had a parking ticket outside, can you pay it? No. Pay a manga bust? Yes. Yeah, he's a bust in Cannon. If you go to Cannon right now, go to like the 2nd floor. You can see it. You can see his bust. Does a Gino count like a bust? He plays like 23 Gino. So it's his career's not a bust. His tenure is a bust. Like Sam Darnold was a bust with the Jets, but he's not a bust in his career. Like Brett Favre was a bust with the Falcons, but he's not a bust. Like there's 2 different definitions of player bust and team bust. So Gino the player is not a bust, but Gino the tenure with the Jets was a bust. Although it is weird because now he's back with the Jets. What a true bust having the first 4, yeah. You're not wrong there. Give him the house tour. Yeah, that's a weird one. Has that ever happened before? In football? I'm trying to think. Has that happened before in football? Yeah, I'm trying to think on that one, RFK. Like, has a player been a bust in football? And then years later came back to that team? I don't think it'd be a bust at that point. I don't think it'd be a bust. Like let's say the Jaguars drafted Blaine Gabbert. 2011, we got rid of him after the 2013 season. He then signs with the Jags in 2019 in free agency. And he goes on to play really well. Like, has anything happened like that in football? I know, like, baseball it's happened. Baseball it's happened. Like, Ilmaro Vargas is one of those guys that he's got a 22-game hitting streak with the D-backs. He's been on a tear. He did nothing his first 2 tenures with the D-backs. Tenure number 3, he's been incredible. Like, I'm trying to think of something. Has that happened in football? Where a player came back to a team the second time around and was really good after being hailed a bust the first time. I'm talking about a guy that like played 1 year for the team, did nothing. I don't say Minka's a bust. No, Minka got traded for a first-round pick. He was at his high. He was a darn good safety before with the Dolphins. He wasn't a bust. The Dolphins decided to trade him after 1 year. Like a guy who was a bust, then years later came back to that team and played lights out. Like not a guy that let's say was with the team for like a preseason, then got cut, and then 4 years later signed with them in free agency. Not counting something like that. That is an interesting one. Oh, Philly split doubleheader followed by Celtics history game 6. Good luck with parking. Good luck with parking there. Man, that... Now we're talking like glow stick now. Yeah. Man. Yeah, people don't return teams as much in the NFL. Yeah. Right now, I don't... Like, off the top of my head, I can't think of any. Like, I know of some Jaguars that were not good with us and came back for a second stint. But, like, they did nothing. Like, Carlos Hyde came back for a second stint. He was terrible. Don Kerry came back for a second stint, did nothing. DeJuan Smoot came back for a second stint, and it was decent. John Eric Sullivan is a GM. I'm not sure what the plan is. I honestly don't know what the plan is with... Why would you draft Proctor to move him to left guard if you had a left guard on the board available that you could have taken instead? Yeah, like Josh Rosen come back to the Cardinals and play like Sam did in Seattle. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like exactly. I honestly don't know. I don't think it's happened. I'm going to pose a question on Twitter. Justin Jefferson to the Browns. Surprised he fell the 4th, honestly. Bit surprised he was still there in the 4th. That desperate 9 QB. Yeah. Here's a weird GM, yeah. It's like they're rebuilding everything, but at the same time they signed Malik Willis to a big contract, so it's... Are you rebuilding or are you not? I can't figure it out. All right, if he messes up again, we're just going to have another hearing. I could use the entertainment. Looks like I'm still in business. For now. Court adjourned. Hudson exits. Lionel Hutz, attorney-ish at law. Can't remember the guys that could think, but they can give you a free sandwich and a consultation. Can't promise it's going to be accurate, but it's a consultation nonetheless. This isn't over, Hutz. This isn't over. God. All right. Sixers, do they force game 7? I do not. I think the Celtics get it done in 6. I think Celtics do it in 6. All right. We have nothing left in the queue. So last call for anything else. We're going to sign off here. Pretty sure that has a time for tune in on this late night. Right, not even late night, just regular Q&A OT. Tomorrow we're going to be doing UFL. So let me before I sign off, let's talk about schedule. Let's talk schedule for a bit. Let's do schedule. So obviously we're doing all the UFL games. Feels weird only having done like one game stream the last 2 weeks, but now that we're back in business, now that everything's good, so let's check. And we're not leaving yet. We're not leaving yet. Not leaving yet. Hang on. Let me just talk schedule. Let me just talk schedule really quick. Hang on. Let me just talk schedule. I will say bye to him. I will say, let's talk schedule really quick. So, Tomorrow, Battlehawks Kings. No OT after that one, I think. I think we're not going to do any OT. Friday, we'll do Gamblers Aviators. Saturday, Renegades Defenders. Sunday, Stallions Storm. So that's the plan. 4 UFL games across 4 days. Now, Thursday, that will be the only stream. Friday, that'll be the only stream with OT afterwards. Saturday, this is at 12 o'clock Eastern, so we'll do that. And then, if there's a Game 7 in any series of these, we're doing it. Full-time UFL, yep. Now we should be doing every UFL game, or at least most of them. Should be good for the rest of the way. So, Saturday, Saturday at 7, the biggest Louisville sporting event at the time. Oh, absolutely. There's nothing else taking place. Nothing else taking place. Saturday, yeah, no, we're doing NHL Saturday. That's not even a debate. We're doing NHL Saturday because UFL's at 12. There's going to be a primetime game. As long as one of the series, those 3 goes 7. As long as one of these 3 goes 7. And we'll know by tomorrow. We'll see if there's a time conflict with any of them. There's a time conflict and they're 2 at the same time. We'll do you make the call to figure out which one we're going to do. So if there's a time conflict with any of them, we'll do a you make the call to figure it out. So by time conflict, I mean like both of the games taking place at the same time. But we'll see if any of these series go 7. I'm assuming that'll be a primetime game. So we'll do UFL Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll do Game 7. If there is no Game 7, probably NBA Game 7? Well, Vegas-Utah wouldn't matter. Vegas-Utah, that wouldn't be until Sunday. So Vegas-Utah would be a non-factor. We're just focused on these 3. Last let's do Marlins game. Yeah. If there's no Game 7, I mean, we'll do the Derby. We will do the Derby. I'll be on for the Kentucky Derby. I don't know how the heck I'm going to call it, but we'll figure out something for the Derby. I guess if one of the NBA games series goes 7, that'd be that. If no NHL NBA game 7 Saturday, yep, that's the plan. And if for whatever reason none of them go Game 7, by some crazy, bizarro reason, so the plan is NHL Game 7. If there are no Game 7s for NHL on Saturday, we'll do an NBA Game 7. If there's no NBA games that go 7, then better practice one. Yep. Do Darby County? Well, D-Buck's playing the afternoon against the Cubs, so that wouldn't work. Yeah, separate Thursday. I don't blame you. We'll do some stuff for soccer in May. We'll do some stuff in May for soccer once I get settled back in and the first round madness dies down for these other sports. Yeah, if there are no games for NHL or NBA on Saturday by some crazy reason, I'm not even thinking that far ahead, MLB would be option C. MLB would be option C. How's it going, Joe? Appreciate you tuning in. There's nothing left in the queue, so I was going to sign off in like 2 minutes unless you got anything. I was going to sign off here, but if you got anything, we'll stay on. Yeah, so that's the plan for Saturday. Obviously, all 4 UFL games, and then we'll do an NHL game Saturday night. If there's no NHL game, then we'll do NBA game. If there's no NBA game for some reason, then we'll do a baseball game. Yeah, Sixers, Celtics, Hawks, Knicks, and T-Wolves, Nuggets would be Saturday if it goes 7. Yep. I definitely think T-Wolves, Nuggets has a shot to go 7. Sixers, Celtics, I don't, and Hawks, Knicks, I'm not. Yeah, call every game for the whole season. Yes, I will. It's real. We're not going to do like a ton of baseball games this year. We're going to do a lot, but with the World Cup, it's going to take up a lot of time in June. If the World Cup is going to be just chaos. Unless the views aren't that good. If the views aren't that good, we won't call World Cup. But we're going to try to get established with soccer in the next couple weeks. Call it on stream, build an audience that way, and then we have everyone for the World Cup. So, all right, last call for anything. I'm going to sign off here. I have to wake up in 8 hours to leave to go to the airport. My next stream is going to be in Arizona. We are back in the desert, back at my regular location. And tomorrow I will show off all the stuff. Yeah, I saw the video of Bravely confronted. Yep, public space. No problem with it. No problem with it. Yeah, welcome's going to be nuts. Yep. Jay Billis in the Lakers game. Man. Basketball simulation maxing. Condensed highlights in one tab. JG9 audio at 1.25 in a background tab. You know? Got it. I like it. I like it. Gotta innovate. I love it. All right. On that note, I'm going to sign off here. You guys have been awesome. I appreciate you guys a ton for tuning in. So, JG9 signing off. Next stream is going to be in the desert, down in Arizona. I'll be on at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And, yeah. Take care. See you guys soon.